Okay, so biomechanical analysis, running style. All right. So on the right hand side of the video, we'll go from top to bottom. We'll zoom in and we'll show you what you're doing and what it needs to be looking like. Okay, so can you see how there's a little bend? See how it goes like this?
Yeah.
Right. So we want to be straight. It needs to be a straight line from your shoulder to your hip. Okay? And it needs to be leaning a little bit forward. So you can have forward momentum. So like that there. Alright? That's the first point of call. And we'll correct this as we go along. This is a good point for you to see yourself and see the third person so you can actually try and make the changes. Alrighty? From there, we go to your, with your head placement. So when you're in here, you're coming across and the head is facing down, you're looking at the floor. Alright? So you need to be looking, so if you're looking at the floor, down there, you're basically drawing yourself to the floor. If you look forward and look straight, then your running style becomes taller and you'll be able to cover more ground in each stride. Just purely by your vision. That's one aspect of creating more ground in your stride. Okay? Do you understand that so far? Yes? Okay, so we'll zoom out just a little bit and then we go to the arm. Okay, it's fairly obvious that it's a straight line and we need it to be bent. We need it to be going there and there. Right? And then when it comes forward, it needs to be at a right angle. Okay, that's obviously overdoing it. Doesn't need to be that high, but with your body back and up and your head and your eyes facing forward, this height of your arm will become a lot easier. You'll be more open, okay, as opposed to being crunched down like that. Alrighty? So the arm, you're wasting energy in your arm as well. Okay, so you're getting a lot of force from that arm being locked and you're pushing it forward. As you run forward, it becomes a force mechanism. So it's back and then it locks and then it comes forward and slightly bends. All right, so what we want to do, that's called an energy displacement. It comes out. All right, so we want to make sure that you bend your arm and create a drive with your wrists and fist. And that's what you drive through to create that motion up. Alrighty? Okay, so now in saying that, once we go down to your hips, the line of your hips, so when you're in here, you are getting a little bit of height in each stride. Okay? So there's a little bit of bound in each stride. What I want to do is make it even longer. So at the moment it's roughly about 1.5 meters into there. What we could do is instead of, with all these changes in your hips rising, it lengthens your stride up to become even more. So then you cover more ground in each step. So you're gaining each step. Do you understand that? And that's all by running your toes and raising your hips. Okay? When you land, see how we're landing with a bent, with it slightly bent? If we can get that to come to there and be a little bit straighter, the stiffer your leg is, the more force production you can apply to the floor to come back up. At the moment, it's a weak point in your running stride because you're expressing your force out your knee. Do you understand that? It's fairly technical, but do you understand what I'm trying to get? Yeah? Do you understand that?
Can you repeat it?
Okay, so a rule of thumb when it comes to sprinting is bent joints is a weak point. When it's a stiff joint, the force translates through the joint quicker. Okay? So when it comes to him here being slightly bent in there, that's a point of weakness in his running stride because the force can't go straight through. It gets skewed. Okay, so if we can get, you're never going to get it 100% straight. Never going to happen.
Just straight serve.
It's just straight serve, just a little bit straighter, because you still want to have the power to recoil. So in here, you still want to have the power for it to come in and then whip the knee up very fast. You want to whip it up. So then whip the ankle up fast. So then it comes in and the gap between your ankle and your butt is very small. At the moment, it's a little bit too big.
Yeah.
Okay?
It's not flexible all the way back.
That's right. So what happens there is, so if we can see this, and we go one stage back, it comes into there. If we can get that higher at that particular point in your running stride, then the sheer force of that going into your bum will translate your knee, and will translate to your knee, and your knee will be pushed forward a lot faster. You understand that? So that gap into there, if that's closed and you develop strength in your hamstrings and glutes, then the force translates to your knee, and your knee pushes forward higher at a faster rate, which allows this part of your foot to swing around and land further forward. Does that make a little bit more sense? Yep. Okay. So that's what we'll design the program around running style as well. Okay. And then hopefully come forward and land further forward. All right. So what we're going to try and do now is go and see your left-hand side, and now we're going to focus on your frontal video. So this is where you can see majorly the importance of it. All right. So in here, your arms, it's basically you're using your arms as momentum. We want to transform that from going laterally. See the arms go laterally, side to side.
Like that. Straight.
We want to make sure it goes from pocket to chin. So if we can close this gap in here, if we can close this gap in there and create an environment where your arms go from pocket to chin, that's the force where it's controlled and will translate down to your feet faster. Do you get all that? Yeah? So as you can see in here, it goes forward. Oh, it goes laterally.
See how your arms go like that? Should be going like this.
Right? It should be going from pocket to chin.
So don't move me.
Yeah? All right? And obviously we want to make sure we nullify that in there.
You're going across the body like that.
So that there, again, is you're using your energy in different ways. You want to consolidate all your energy and put it back into a biomechanically correct and efficient running style, so that you can provide much more force to the ground and get even quicker than you are at the moment.
Remember, that's the whole goal of improving your running style.
Is to get quicker.
Yeah. You're fast now, we imagine you could be another 10-15% faster.
Yeah, exactly right. And then we build some muscle, we get you conditionally fit, that adds another lot of percentage to get you quicker. So it's a process, and it takes time, but if we can do this together at home, there'll be exercises you need to do during the session in here, because I only see you twice a week, maybe 3 times. The quicker we can do this, the better the outcomes will be. All right, so I'll upload these up to YouTube. Sports Specific Industries is the channel. View it every day, live by it, and then when you come next week, or whenever we do the next session,
so when you're running,
you're thinking about it.
If you're watching it all the time, exactly, you start thinking about it, then you start realising what you're doing, then you just naturally change it.
At the start it'll be slow, but then we'll increase it, okay?